mean, we're both competitors, and there's no ill will. And once we both get punched in the face, like, we're gonna be locked in.
Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I have an abundance of and of which you have none of.
Jake Paul is visibly shaken after learning that Floyd Mayweather has officially joined Gervonta Davis's training camp. Though Jake insists he's staying positive and focused on health, his nervous tone and stiff body language tell another story. With Mayweather now mentoring Tank, fine-tuning his timing, speed, and power, the threat just got real. Fans say Jake finally realizes he's not just fighting Gervonta Davis. He's facing the combined brilliance of a boxing prodigy and a legend. The pressure's on, and it's starting to show. Floyd Mayweather has reportedly joined Gervonta Davis's training camp, bringing his unmatched experience and strategic brilliance to the table. His presence alone adds a layer of confidence and focus to Tank's preparation. Under Mayweather's mentorship, Davis is fine-tuning his technique, maintaining sharp discipline, and strengthening his mindset as he gears up for the biggest fight of his career. However, boxing experts are quick to point out one glaring issue: the massive difference in natural size and reach between the two fighters. Davis made his mark dominating opponents in lighter weight divisions, where his explosive power and speed were nearly unstoppable. Jake Paul, on the other hand, fights as a cruiserweight, entering the ring much heavier and benefiting from a considerable height and reach advantage. Critics argue this size gap could make the matchup inherently unfair, with some even questioning whether any official boxing body would sanction it as a legitimate contest. Still, with Mayweather guiding Davis's every move, fans know one thing for sure: Tank won't be stepping into that ring unprepared.
My question is, what's the rules, and like, are they going to actually try and knock each other out? Because it's going to be a glorified sparring match. I'm not watching, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Jake's going to have a hard time hitting him.
Yeah.
You know?
Big time. Gervonta's so fast and skilled.
Gervonta's going to eat his
I thought
guts.
Jake was going to fight Anthony Joshua. That seemed
that was actually getting...
That sounded
more
craziest
interesting.
idea I've ever heard. Jake Paul trying to fight Anthony Joshua is, crazy.
Not a sanctioned professional bout. This means the fight will not count towards either fighter's professional records.
So it's still being finalized.
Yeah, I don't like that.
What is so behind the scenes? You think there are things like, hey, we don't punch each other in the jaw.
Yep. Or don't go. We can punch in the face, but don't go for broke. Like, don't knock me out.
Really?
Yeah. It's an exhibition.
That's
so
not very interesting to me.
No. Until I find the rule sets, but when I hear exhibition, I'm like, okay.
Jake is bodied up, man.
He's big.
Yeah.
Probably has 100 pounds on Gervonta.
Maybe. I'd say Gervonta probably walks at 150.
Oh, he's so small.
So small. I mean, he's really small. Bring up Gervonta Davis next to Floyd Mayweather, because I've seen Floyd in person, and he's tiny. You've seen Floyd in person.
I've worked with Gervonta and Floyd.
Tiny.
Well, Floyd likely has shoes on there.
Oh, dude, he's so small.
He's tiny, guys.
Yeah. I mean, he's so small.
Chael Sonnen has become one of the loudest and most passionate supporters of Gervonta Davis in this matchup. To him, Davis isn't just fighting for a win, he's fighting for the honor of boxing itself. Sonnen argues that while Jake Paul has undeniably drawn new eyes to the sport, his rise has also created skepticism about the authenticity and skill level of modern boxing. Now, all that pressure falls on Davis. Fans are counting on him to restore balance, to remind the world what happens when a seasoned, world-class fighter faces someone still learning the fundamentals. Sonnen believes this fight is more than entertainment, it's a statement. A statement that true boxing is built on years of discipline, precision, and mastery, not social media hype. While Sonnen respects Jake's impact in growing the sport's popularity, he insists that Tank must dominate to make one thing crystal clear. In boxing, skill will always triumph over spectacle.
Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought in the world of priority on your list. And I used to believe those things. Now, I go back far enough in MMA that I've had my eyes open a number of times. The fact that karate was so incredibly useless, or the fact that Jeet Kune Do was so incredibly useless, like these were not things that I would have bet on when I was in high school. As a wrestler at that time, I would not have assumed that I would fare well in a fight against somebody that knew Kung Fu. We had all been falsely led through Hollywood. Not through competition, not through sport, not through understanding of the game, but just through Hollywood. We were told that those guys were the most dangerous guys. So, we then eventually get up to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, which had a weight discrepancy, but it was very small. I mean, I watched them weigh in. I want to say it was like
Georgia Athletic Commission told USA Today Sports that Paul's promotion company withdrew its request for permits and a rule waiver, citing the 65-pound weight difference between the fighters. The Rick Thompson guy straight up said they've been promoting something they should not have been. Come on, guys, like, use your brains. Y'all boxing fans, you understand this. This fight was never going to happen. This is the article from USA Today. It says the status of the proposed fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis under scrutiny because of the weight discrepancy between the two fighters. Rick Thompson is coming out and saying this stuff because he said he believes it's in the public's best interest to know that they've been promoting something they should not have been. Communications director for the Office of the Secretary of State told USA Today Sports the event will not be happening. But funny enough, tickets are still available. You could still purchase them online, and the fight is still listed on.
Weight classes exist for a reason, to keep fights fair and safe. They ensure that both boxers compete on a level playing field, with similar size and strength. Gervonta Davis is used to fighting opponents close to his own weight, quick on their feet and evenly matched in power. But Jake Paul is a different story. His naturally larger frame, added muscle, and heavier punching power create a serious physical gap. Even though Davis's skill and precision are far superior, that advantage can only go so far when the other man can absorb more damage and hit back harder. Landing clean shots on a bigger, stronger opponent becomes a much tougher challenge. Many experts believe that Tank would need more than just talent to overcome that kind of size difference. On the other hand, Jake benefits simply from being the larger fighter, even if his technique falls short. That imbalance makes people wonder, can this fight really be fair, or is it a battle of skill versus sheer size?
Problem with boxing, Tank Davis is. Jake Paul's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's a Disney Channel kid, YouTube star turned boxer. Of course, he's gonna make these stupid spectacle matchups. He doesn't care about his career, his legacy, or the sport. Meanwhile, we have Tank Davis, the heir apparent to Floyd Mayweather and Adrian Broner, who has real talent. And if he was actually consistent in the ring and was willing to get in with some of the best fighters in the world, he could be top 3 pound for pound best fighters in the sport. But instead, Tank just wants to hold up his division for 5 years and make a mockery of the sport, especially with this fight. I know Tank Davis multiple times has said he only cares about the money and just wants to make $100 million and go retire off an island somewhere, but that's bad for the sport, especially coming from one of our sport's biggest superstars. Look at guys like Naoya Inoue, Alexander Usyk, Terrence Crawford. Those guys are real fighters, okay? They challenge themselves against the best fighters in the world. And money comes their way too from it. Don't get it twisted. What's crazy is Tank would make just as much money if he fought Shakur, Devin Haney, even Teofimo Lopez. The biggest tragedy of all is the fact that Lamont Roach isn't getting his rematch. He got robbed in that fight with a knockdown. He definitely would have won the split decision, and he would have got his Buster Douglas moment, but he didn't, and now he can't even get a rematch because Tank is going to do this, and now Lamont Roach has to fight Pitbull Cruz instead. I used to be such a big Tank Davis fan, but over the last year and a half that I've had this channel, the amount of BS that I've had to report on Tank Davis just like this completely turned me off as a fan of Tank Davis. Jake Paul can do his thing with the influencers, with the MMA fighters, but with boxers, stop.
Throughout his career, Gervonta Davis has built his reputation on skill, discipline, and a deep respect for boxing's legacy. That's why some fans are puzzled by his decision to fight a social media star like Jake Paul. To them, it feels out of character for a champion so focused on greatness. Many believe Davis should be using this stage of his career to face top-ranked contenders, fighters who have earned their place through years of hard work and proven talent. Instead, they worry that stepping into the ring with an influencer blurs the line between professional boxing and entertainment. Supporters fear this move might give influencer boxing more credibility than it deserves, sending the wrong message, that fame and followers can outweigh skill and ranking. While no one denies the fight's massive attention and payday, true boxing fans hope Tank would stay focused on legacy, not spectacle.
To where it's at, I'll expand on that. For one, you have good fights where I'm not talking about these type of fights, crossover type of fight, former Disney guy, influencer stuff, not. And Jake Paul has really promoted himself and acquitted himself to the point where he's kind of a boxer. Now, he hasn't fought the top names. I get it, blah, blah, blah. But he's doing his thing. He's training like a boxer. He's not like taking it lightly, like streaming and then working on his YouTube more than he's working on his boxing. It is what it is, right? But beyond that, let's keep it going. I told you I'm about to really get unpacked. Subscribe to the channel. The reality is, the reason why I'm saying I blame you, the fans, is because we've had some very good fights, like David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, whatever. I'm talking in the last 5-10 years, right? Very good fights, all boxing. So not talking influencer or any type of crossover fight, right? Good fights. And then you got boxing fans in a niche sport who didn't further the exposure by advertising or buying the fight, mostly buying the fight with piracy and whatnot. So now we're at a point in this society where these companies, they're like, all right, they see the piracy is a problem. Now they're looking for a sure shot, must win type of scenarios. That's why we're getting these fights that some people, purists and diehards, are calling wonky fights. You know what I mean? It is your fault, because when there was real boxing on,
boxing has evolved into a different kind of battlefield, one where attention often outweighs achievement. In today's digital age, even world-class fighters struggle to hold the spotlight unless there's a viral hook or dramatic storyline attached. Analysts point to modern audience habits as the main cause. Fans no longer wait patiently for great matchups. They crave instant emotion, controversy, and spectacle. Because of that, promoters chase what trends rather than what strengthens the sport. Influencer boxing fits perfectly into this new formula. It delivers quick excitement, big personalities, and massive online buzz. But while it keeps casual fans entertained, it also sidelines the pure athletes who dedicate their lives to mastering the craft. To many traditionalists, this shift feels like a slow erosion of boxing's soul. The focus has drifted from skill, honor, and legacy to clicks, memes, and short-term hype. And if this pattern continues, the sport risks becoming more about entertainment than excellence, a shadow of the noble art it once was.
The cardio, the conditioning, it's a sprint and a marathon at the same time. But I feel great. So I don't know, after 5 years of doing it, I'm healthier than ever, mentally doing amazing. So I'm just always thinking of the positive. And even in sparring, I've never been knocked down or knocked out or anything. So I've just yet to experience any.
Have you ever been knocked out?
No, never. I was meditating once. That's how my nose is crooked. People think my nose is crooked from boxing, but I was meditating once. It's the only time I've ever passed out and I got knocked out. But I like was sitting on this higher chair thing, meditating, breathing in, and I think I had like low blood sugar or something, or it was early in the morning, earlier than I normally woke up. And I just fell forward straight into the concrete and it broke my nose and I was like knocked out for like.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Movie Camera. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned and we'll see you next time. Waving hand.